The lowest point of the decline of machine tool industry in our country was 2009. In this year, Russia assembled only 1774 metal cutting machines and 1094 forging and pressing machines. And in the same year, 2009, the government takes the first steps to resuscitate the industry. In those years, our country was just beginning to come to its senses. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, Yeltsin's 90s, wars in the Caucasus, and gang violence, our country has begun to rise to the occasion and rebuild the country. The process was agonizing, speeding up and rolling backwards. Previously, the machines were mostly were purchased in European countries, South Korea, the USA, and Japan. After the start of the military operation, Western countries decided to hurt Russian industry by abruptly withdrawing from our market. It could have seriously affected our country in 2014, for example, if we had launched this military operation then. But right now it's not working at all. Not in 2022, much less 2023. It was a shot in the legs and in the head for Western manufacturers. It will be very difficult for them to return to our market now. It's not easy, and it's even better if they never come back to us again. At the moment, of course, we cannot produce all the number of machines we need. No other country in the world can do it that way. So purchases have gone up in China, and also our manufacturers are doing a lot more. Regarding the acrimonious comments of anti-Russian opposition members and neighbors with Chubb. In fact, Russia is now experiencing a real boom in its own machine tool building, including CNC machines. Virtually everything is manufactured in-house. Motors, shafts, housings, cutting tools, soon chips will be domestic and so on. The level of localization of machine tool production in Russia is constantly growing. Let's start with some numbers from 2000 to 2023, and then we'll talk about the companies doing it themselves. Here's the production of metal cutting machine tools in Russia. 2020-4529, 2021-5458, 2022-7221, 2023-7900. Production of forging and pressing machines in Russia. 2020-3709, 2021-4524, 2022-9790, 2023-11700. And this does not take into account the gaining popularity of metal 3D printers. For example, domestic manufacturers produced more than 3,200 3D printers from 2017 to 2021, most of them for working with metal. In 2022 and 23, production of 3D printers in Russia even more has additionally grown. And we also still have laser machines, various varieties of which are mass-produced in Russia, but I have not found any data on them yet. Now let's turn to the machine tool news of the last 2 months. Just to give you an idea of how fast this industry is growing. And so the construction of a new machine tool plant in the Lipetsk region continues. The company plans to open it in the first half of 2024. They'll be making grinders out of chip U. The new enterprise will comprise of a blanking, welding, machining, painting, wiring and assembly shops. It is assumed that the Lipetsk site of Stan Holding can produce 160 units of equipment per year. It is planned to reach its full design capacity by 2030. According to Rostec, machine tools produced by the holding are in high demand in the aviation industry, conventional arms, ammunition and special chemistry. Therefore, the largest enterprise from the circuit acts as the customers of Stan. State corporations, United Aircraft Corporation, United Engine Corporation, Russian Helicopters, Eurovanzavod. The Ulanovska branch of DM Technologies has presented the first working sample of the Cobalt T2 CNC turning machining center. The machine is made of Russian components. This is a development of the design bureau of the Ulanovska branch of DMT. The advantage of the machine: Russian software, which will allow to improve the equipment regardless of foreign technologies. Today, the Ulanovska branch employs 130 people, including 14 highly qualified engineers. The company's team consists mainly of former employees of the Ulanovska machine tool plant DMG Mori. Ulanovska machine tool plant DMG Mori has lived a short but bright life. This brainchild of the German-Japanese machine tool industry was inaugurated with pomp in 2015. In a few years, the plant became the leader of the Russian machine tool industry, rightfully taking the first place in the production of metal cutting machine tools. The plan for 2022 was 450 machines. But in 2022, the plant was closed by its owners for known reasons and 270 staff were laid off. But the workers and engineers at the plant decided otherwise. In 2024, the Ulanovska branch of DMT plans to double its production area to 4,000 square meters and produce 40 Cobalt T machines. 2, as well as start production of Cobalt M10 and Cobalt A5 milling machines. These machines can be used in the automotive and instrument making, aviation and medical industries, at enterprises manufacturing equipment for food industry, agro-industrial complex and oil and gas industry. The Moscow-based company NPK Industria, a member of the Mike group of companies, has tripled the output of sawing machines thanks to the national project, Labor Productivity. At the start of the project, the enterprise produced per month 4 machines that are used to cut wood. It's 12. Within 6 months, with the help of lean manufacturing methodology, the company organized storage places for components, introduced addressable storage at the finished goods warehouse, introduced quick changeover of equipment, which reduced its downtime. In addition, organized production of small batches of machines, 3 instead of 10, reducing time costs. As a result, the company was able to reduce the manufacturing process of one batch of 3 machines by 83%. Since 2006, the company NPK Industria has been developing and manufacturing equipment for processing reinforcing steel, concrete surfaces and concrete compaction. The company's products are used in the construction of facilities from Kaliningrad to Vladivostok, as well as in the countries of the Eurasian Economic Union. Kalashnikov Concern's machine tool division produced 126 units of industrial products, including 48 machine tools, 250 and TVMs, which is 65% more than in 2022. As part of the import substitution program, 27 high-precision spindles were manufactured for large Russian enterprises. Previously, these products were purchased in Italy. A new section has been organized at the production facility, where overhaul of machine tools is being carried out. CNC. For the first time, machine tool contracts were awarded and successfully executed. Ball screw gears and laser cladding on a hybrid machining center. The group's toolmaking division achieved record figures in 2023. Total product output was up 28% from 2022. The division timely and fully provided the weapons production with the means of technological equipment for the production of new products of Chukovin sniper rifle and improved Alaska 12 assault rifle of the 2023 model, as well as manufactured and shipped the products under the license contract. Average output per worker in the division increased by 26% compared to 2022. The Lipetsk Machine Tool Enterprise commissioned a new assembly shop with an area of 5,000 square meters. This allowed to double the production area of the enterprise. The new shop assembles grinding, drilling and milling machines weighing up to 3 tons. The number of machines produced doubled in 2023. Now the enterprise is confidently among the 5 largest Russian machine tool companies. More than 70% of components of Lipetsk machine tools are Russian-made. LSSP is celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. In 2004, 12 people began assembling their first machine. Now there are 180 employees working here. The plant's management plans to double the number of employees. The Moscow-based company Lasers and Apparatus increased its production of machine tools by 2.5 times. The company, located in Zelenograd, is engaged in the production of laser equipment required for machining, welding, cutting and melting parts in many industries. At the same time, the company added 4 more new basic instrument models to its product line last year. The production of machine tools is almost 90% localized. The company's executive director, Anna Sigantsova, said that the company plans to produce at least 60 laser machines this year. At least 25 of them should be 5-axis, multi-axis, she said. With networked processing centers, the most dynamically developing, i.e. those where production has grown particularly strongly. According to TC Mashta, Steel, Stanka Mashstroy, Penza machine tool plant, is a lathe and milling machines and machining centers. Grinding machines, guillotine shears. Lipetsk Machine Tool Enterprise, it is grinding machines, as well as drilling and milling machines. Mishoplex machine tools, these are CNC turning and milling machining centers. Lathes. Delta Test, it's an EDM, wire-pressed machine. Carving machines, stitching machines. Stanko Service in Ryazan is a universal and heavy-duty special lathes with CNC machine tool equipment. Also, according to the data from 2017 to 2021, for years 22 and 23 I have not found data yet, the share of domestic machine tools in the Russian market has doubled from 15% to 30%. That figure has surely gotten higher now. This year, the government included machine tool industry in the list of megaprojects for industrial development. 300 billion rubles are allocated for its development until 2030. Just in case, we remind you that modern machines are much more powerful, reliable and technological than the Soviet ones. So comparing graduation figures, then and now you can't do it in units. One modern machining center can often turn out more parts in a month than an entire factory shop in the Soviet Union did 40 years ago. To summarize, the fleet, which for a long time was in abandonment and is being replaced and renewed and even growing. What is surprising here is that this replacement of renewal and growth is not related to the openness to the world, all sorts of rights to enter the market, investment attractiveness, business climate, but exactly the opposite. All these opennesses did not stimulate this industry in any way, but on the contrary oppressed it. The Russian machine tool industry is alive and growing steadily.